Hi, I'm Mario Mancini, former WWE wrestler, and first inductee into the 2014 New England Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. When I want my wrestling news, I watch the Squared Circle.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is April 29th, 2014. You are watching the award-winning Squared Circle. Once again, I'm Hollywood J. Williams, along with
John Zimmerman, back at you.
Right back at you. We are just 5 days removed from WWE Extreme Rules, coming to you this Sunday evening on pay-per-view and also on the WWE Network. And what kind of momentum is Mr. John Cena going to have walking into this Sunday night in a steel cage match with Bray Wyatt after the spectacle we saw last night? He's got the whole world. Sing it, guys. Come on. In his hands.
We need a kids choir behind us, as Bray Wyatt just had last night. I wonder if those kids were like clued in on what was going on, or they were just like, "Hey, go out and sing this song." Yeah.
I wonder. And probably some of them. At least some of them are probably fans.
Yeah. Oh, at least they got a free sheep mask out of the deal.
I know. But what does that tell you about this feud here? Does it tell you that all the fans are getting behind Bray Wyatt and not really getting behind John Cena anymore?
Well, it just seems that at least the older crowd is going behind Bray Wyatt, and I mean, people were just tired of Cena. Cena's gimmick has gone on long enough, but we're not going to see that change anytime soon. I'm guessing that somehow Bray Wyatt will go over, but Cena won't look too bad coming out of it, though.
Right. I mean, we talked about turning Cena heel before, and
Never going to happen.
don't think it's necessarily a good idea, at least not now. But I don't know. After that, it makes you wonder.
If they do it, it won't work. It won't stick.
It'll be like the time they aligned Steve Austin with Mr. McMahon.
Yeah. I don't think that'll work as a rule, but.
Right.
Hey, stranger things have happened.
Stranger things have happened. I don't know what to make of that. I am gonna say Bray Wyatt. Whatever the case may be, if he stays heel, turns face, whatever, if it's a double turn or not, he's gonna defeat John Cena. And you know what I think? I think John Cena is gonna take a hike for a while.
Yeah, I predicted that a couple weeks ago, and more than likely that's going to happen. He's going to take a little hiatus, get some rest and relaxation and some healing done. He's got a lot of different injuries that he's trying to recover from at the same time, and unfortunately, he's not able to do so because he's still is the face of the company.
He's constantly working.
Yeah, whether we like it or not, but. I see him taking a few weeks off at least. I think it's good to get him off TV for a while and give us a break.
Give everybody a break. Give himself a break. Like you said, too, let him heal up. Let him figure out. Let everybody figure out what they should do, but the constant booing that the fans do towards John Cena, and it's hard to say what they should do with him, if they should turn him heel or not. I because of all the things he does with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Well, that's the problem. He's if not the top merchandise seller, he's within the top 3 merchandise sellers, and that's due to his younger fan base. The kids really love this guy and are behind him, and also, as you mentioned, the number of Make-A-Wish wishes that he grants.
He granted several wishes just the other day. I understand.
So I really don't see them turning them into a heel, and if so, it's going to be a very whitewashed heel. It's not going to be a full bad guy, trash talking his opponents, and it's it's just unfathomable that they're going to give up that merch, the merch sales, because he's never going to get, even as a heel, even if he was awesome at it, the people that hate him now aren't just going to just jump ship and all of a sudden like the guy because he's a heel.
Right.
And those people aren't going to go out and buy a Cena shirt. It's not going to.
He would have to do something real drastic. It would have to be something like when Hogan turned heel in 1996.
Yeah, but at that point,
what could they do?
At that point, Hogan's fans had already grown up, and he wasn't appealing to the kids anymore. So it was the right time, and it was the right move. And he had been kind of, his character had been out of the spotlight for a while, and to bring him back as as the heel of the NWO, and it was the right time. Mm-hmm. At this moment, with the popularity of John Cena in that younger demographic, it's not the right time.
It'd be a white one. Maybe it wouldn't last long if it did.
Yeah, because it would be just such. He couldn't commit himself to being a true heel bad guy.
What could they do to make everybody really boom? I mean, they already are booing him.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right, boom intentionally. Right.
Yeah, and they're gonna keep booing him anyway. It's not they're gonna start cheering for him, like you said. And he would have to do something seriously drastic to get people to take him as a heel, and I can't figure out what that would be.
Daniel Bryan is so over right now. So if Cena cost Daniel Bryan the title for whatever reason, that may be an option, because then the fans are really going to hate him, because right now their hero, mm-hmm. and for him to come out and destroy him for whatever reason,
that might be an option.
I mean, he's going to have to really destroy one of the main baby faces of the company in order for him to even start acting like a bad guy.
I know.
I don't think there's anything drastic enough to. I
don't even think that's too drastic.
Right.
Why? It wouldn't make any sense, because why would he cost Daniel Bryan the title when he probably want to take the title from him himself?
Well, that would be the storyline. He hasn't had the title in a while, and that's my belt, and I've been in here for over 10 years, and you're like the new guy, and
right.
It almost writes itself, but
you're here. You've only been here for a pot of coffee, and
right.
They love you, and they're booing me.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. You took my thunder. You took my spot. That kind of thing.
Yeah, it's happened a lot. It's the same old song and dance.
Yeah.
That'd probably be about it.
And it just would be so weak and wishy-washy, because I don't think he would sell it with his whole heart, because it's just not in him.
Right. Sometimes in order to be a real good heel, you have to be maybe sometimes you have to be a jerk in real life. I don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't the expletive I was going to use, but yeah. I mean, as all wrestlers say, as all of the superstars say, Stone Cold Steve Austin, his character is him just amplified.
Right.
And you have to have some of that character in you in order to play it that well. Mm-hmm. There's a portion of each one of these guys that comes out, and it's their personality just amped up to another level.
And I always heard, too, the baby faces were some of the biggest jerks you'd want to meet in real life, and the heels, a lot of them would do anything for you.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I that's a broad generality, but I guess it's you can say it.
Right. It probably more so nowadays just varies wrestler to wrestler.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right. But anyway, what else we have here for Extreme Rules? I don't even know why they call it Extreme Rules anymore.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that. Extreme PG.
What was it? Yeah, PG Rules.
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Yep.
We have, and last night we had the endorsement of the Shield by Ric Flair.
Yeah.
And I don't know what he apparently he went on the post show and said not to really take it too serious. I don't know. I didn't really happen to catch that.
Yeah, I don't, that was like half baked also. He comes out and he's talking up Roman Reigns. It's like, you know, I thought he was going to come and be a part of Evolution and you know, add to the heel faction, but it was kind of, I don't know where, you know, out of left field, really. It was.
Yeah, it could have, you know, it looks like something that could have been done a little more dramatic than just that.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, you would think, you know, maybe he'd stand there at ringside and cost Randy Orton the match, kind of thing. I don't know. But I mean,
it's weird.
I'm a Ric Flair fan. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I mean, but wouldn't his
Yeah.
in his rightful place right there with Triple H and Randy
Well,
Orton?
yeah, you would think. You would think he would be right in there with Evolution and you know, hey, we're back, baby, woo, you know, that
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
thing.
As the manager, maybe.
Right.
You know.
You know, the last time we dominated, and this time we're going to do the same thing.
Right, exactly. Instead, he's going. But now I'm talking. And the Shield, they're not even dressed up, or they're all dressed in riot gear too.
Right.
It just doesn't make any.
Yeah, it was bizarre.
What would they possibly have in common with Ric Flair?
I don't know.
Except the fact that they're a dominant group.
Right.
Right. That'd be about it. But what do you think there? Shield versus Evolution. That's I'm going to say
Shield's got to go over.
Shield's got to go over.
Dean Ambrose, as we mentioned last week, he just surpassed. He is the longest tenured U.S. Title holder in the history of the company.
Which is probably very easy to do, considering he hasn't defended the U.S. title in, I think, 4 months.
I think since he's had it, he's defended it 6 times, if my math is correct.
It almost like makes you wonder if there's even a point to having a U.S. title anymore.
Right.
If it's just going to sit around on his waist and not, it's just basically holding up his pants.
Yeah, that's about it. I don't know if they forgot that he had the title, or he's just so wrapped up with the other, you know, with the 3 of them, you know, with the Shield, that they don't want him to, you know, do singles matches. Well, you need to get the belt off of him.
Right, exactly. Just get the belt off of him at this point. I mean, if he's already made the record.
Yeah.
I would do that. I would take the belt off of him and give it to somebody that's more.
Well, Triple H, you know, can come out and do, you know, either you're going to defend it today or we're going to strip you.
Right. It's been, you know, it's been way too long. You apparently this coming Friday night in SmackDown, he's going to be doing just that.
Yeah.
And he's going to be defending, I think, against 2 other people besides himself.
Right. So maybe they'll finally get the belt off him and give it to somebody that can use it.
Exactly. I mean, it kind of made sense for him to have it when Rollins and Reigns had the tag belts.
Right.
They haven't had the tag belts in a few months now.
Yeah. It's been a while.
At least it's been a while. So I mean, time to take that belt away from him and give it to somebody. Give it to Cesaro. Give it to Bad News Barrett, somebody like that.
No, I mean, if you're going to take it off, at the moment Ambrose is a heel, so you're going to have to get a face to take it off.
Well, actually, he is a face now.
Well, he's kind of they're on the fence. Yeah, they're kind of on the fence with him. But
they're like a heel, maybe a face heel. I don't know. Hashtag feel.
Speaking of hashtag, we've got your tweets coming through. You'll see them periodically coming up on the screen right here.
Right.
And we.
Okay.
Look at this one. How do I get a date with Hollywood J from Wrestler Girl 69? Well, how do we get a date?
Wrestler Girl 69.
How do you get
a date?
But there's our Twitter handle. And
you go through my agent. That's what you do.
There you go. Come on down in the studio. Maybe after the show we can have some drinks or whatever.
That's right.
We'll hook you up.
Go out. Night on the town, baby.
But periodically during the show you'll see some of your Twitter verse tweets coming at you. You can see our Twitter handle there. And feel free all week long to, chime in, and if there's something you want to see on the show, something you want us to talk about. I check my Twitter periodically, and maybe next week you'll appear on the show.
That's right. But what else here? We have for the Intercontinental title. Speaking of bad news, Barrett, we have Big E taking on Bad News Barrett.
Yes.
What do you think the outcome of that
I
will be?
think Mr. Big E, I have some bad news.
Big E, other than the fact that you're taking your name after a big fair,
Yeah, the fair over here, right?
the Eastern States exhibition, which takes place in late September, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
There you go.
Come this Sunday night at Extreme Rules, there will be a new Intercontinental Champion.
I agree.
Thank you and have a nice evening.
I agree.
Totally. Getting now to the Divas Championship. This very controversial girl, Paige.
Yeah.
I mean, she seems nice. She's probably a really nice girl in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know. Don't get me wrong, but she got the belt in some a rather quick fashion, I gotta say.
Yep.
It seemed like let's just get rid of AJ.
First night on Raw.
First night on Raw. We debated upon whether or not maybe she has some kind of pedigree. I don't know.
I don't know, unless it was just a ploy to embarrass AJ and get the belt off of her, because her relationship with CM Punk and her contract is coming up relatively soon. That's the only explanation I can find.
Nobody's even seen or heard from AJ ever since. What's that again?
Next week on Raw, Adam Rose.
Adam Rose?
Yeah, makes his debut.
On Raw next week.
Yeah. So maybe he'll run in and get that belt,
That's possible.
that U.S. title.
That's
Who
yeah.
knows?
You can party with it.
Yeah.
And he won't defend it neither.
He'll just take it on the party bus.
Right, exactly. Talking to our people in back here, don't mind me. The Paige came out of nowhere. I don't know if she has pedigree or not because she's English, and the person in charge of the Divas division is also English. I'm also English, so I mean, I don't know.
Right.
It might not mean too much, but she will be facing Tamina Snuka coming up this Sunday night at Extreme Rules. I don't know. I'd like to see Tamina get it, but
Yeah. Well,
I could
make more sense. She's been on the roster
right.
for quite some time now, and she was backup for AJ Lee, and that never really went anywhere.
Not really.
So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
I'm going to say it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
It's hard to say because Paige, obviously, they're giving her a push. She was the NXT Women's Champion, correct?
Right, and does anyone know what happened with that? Is she still the champion, or did they strip her?
I have no idea.
No pun intended there.
Right. No pun intended. I would imagine they probably took that belt away from her and are going to have some kind of. I don't know exactly. We'll have to find out about that.
Right.
I'll have to do a little more research. I'll have to watch NXT a little more often.
Right. Well, speaking of Paige, now on the main event show, Real Paige is going to fight Alicia Fox. So maybe Alicia Fox will get the title before. Doubt it.
Doubt it. Alicia Fox wouldn't be a good candidate. Like I said, I'm going to have to say that's too close to call.
Yeah.
Between Paige and Tamina.
Yeah.
Maybe more closer to call than the 2000 presidential election. I don't know about that close, but what are your thoughts there?
I'm sorry?
What are your thoughts on that?
I would like to see Tamina get it. She's obviously been around long enough. She's worked long enough, and that'll give Paige something to come back and fight for. Really, but I don't know where they're going with it.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
It really is. R-Truth and Xavier Woods take on somebody I'm really impressed with so far. Coming up this Sunday night, and Alexander Rusev.
Yeah.
Or Alexander Rusev. I gotta say it just like the girl does.
Right. I expect Rusev to go over.
Rusev will definitely go over
Yeah.
there. How long do you think before Rusev is in title contention?
I don't think anytime soon. I think he's going to have a series of squash matches and go through the entire Zack Ryder, Heath Slater, the bottom tier roster before he gets to move up to bigger and better guys.
I say by the fall.
Yeah.
You gotta build them up. You gotta slow burn them.
Yeah.
You gotta slow cook them, like the ribs outside on Memorial Day.
Yeah. If we ever get some nice weather.
If we ever get nice weather. Rob Van Dam takes on Cesaro, and they both take on Jack Swagger. It's called a three-way match.
Hey, we have another tweet on the screen.
We have
Great
another
show.
Great
You
show.
should be on the network from TakerFan 211. 21-1. I get it.
21
nice
and
job,
1.
nice
Nice.
Well, I wish we were on the network. That would be awesome.
That would be even, well, nothing against NHTV, but that would be even greater.
Right,
We can
right.
still stay here and do it. And
Sure, why not? They can just beat us right from here. Simulcast
Exactly.
it. Vince, the fans have spoken. I can even get the little bun that Booker T has.
Ah, really? I don't know, man. That little.
It would have to be extensions, of course.
It doesn't look good on Booker T. I don't think it's going to look good on you.
Can you dig it, sucker?
But the classic match signed for this Sunday night. The odds makers in Vegas are talking about it. You're talking about like Ric Flair versus Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. You're talking about Lex Luger versus Barry Windham at the Great American Bash inside the Steel Cage. You're talking about Hogan versus Warrior, God rest his soul. You're talking about something we're expecting a lot out of this match.
Yeah.
We might be comparing it to one of those matches
Yeah.
coming up.
This is a WrestleMania moment.
This is this really should have been at WrestleMania
right.
30,
I agree.
and I don't know why they're booking it for Extreme Rules, but ladies and gentlemen, be sure you tune into the pre-show
Yep.
this Sunday night for probably one of the greatest matches. They're going to be talking about this for decades to come.
Right.
Hornswoggle goes one-on-one with El Torito.
Woo!
They're going to be comparing that to Flair and Steamboat.
Oh, without a doubt.
Harley Race and Dusty Rhodes.
I mean, that's San Martino and superstar Billy Graham right there, Madison Square Garden
I know.
caliber. Whew. Hornswoggle versus El Torito.
It's hard. I think the Bull might have the upper advantage here.
Yeah, I think so too. El Torito is much more athletic and has quite a few more moves in his arsenal than Hornswoggle does.
Right.
But you never know. Hornswoggle.
That little leprechaun, he might come around and,
He's pulled some things out of his hat before, and you never know.
I know. I mean, Hornswoggle's been training for this match for months now.
Yep.
And El Torito as well. He's made quite a few stops at Taco Bell. Just, he's
Hey
running there
now.
for his cardiovascular
Hey now.
conditioning.
Be careful. Be careful.
Be careful.
Yeah. Just because he's Mexican doesn't mean he goes to
You're right.
Taco Bell.
He might not.
We might have a Clippers incident here.
He might
was
not.
shame.
He might go to Margaritas.
Oh, okay, now.
Or he might go to Arby's. I don't know.
Right. Well, some of the local
Some of the local
eateries.
Local eateries. Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna go with El Torito.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
I'm an El Torito guy.
But,
That's for sure. Okay, so we talked about Ric Flair returning to Raw and endorsing the Shield, and Daniel Bryan last night appeared with a neck brace. on Raw.
Yeah, we weren't expecting to see him on Raw, but I
Right.
guess because he's so hot right now that they're not going to pass up the opportunity to have him on TV,
Right.
especially with the pay-per-view coming around. You know, while we're talking about the pay-per-view, I understand that AT&T has dropped carrying WWE
see.
pay-per-views.
I
So
see.
I mean, you know, they're playing right into Vince's hands by making, you know, the people that have AT&T Uverse go over to the network. You know, they're basically throwing money away because anyone that doesn't have the network that would have ordered the pay-per-view from AT&T, from Dish Network,
DirecTV is another one.
and
They
DirecTV.
totally-
Thank you. Yeah. So I mean, they're throwing money away. I know they're upset with Vince for starting his own network and, you know, taking some of the revenue from them, but you know, the reality is there are still fans out there that haven't joined the network for whatever reason and would still buy the pay-per-views, and they're just, by giving them no option as
know.
far as a cable or satellite work, you know, provider goes.
Why don't they try to? It would be really hard for them to do that. Offer the pay-per-view for cheaper than with the network.
No, I mean, obviously they can't do that.
Yeah.
The price is the price, but you know, hey, I don't know what the cost is for them just to carry
Right.
the programming and give, you know, their viewers, AT&T Uverse, Dish Network, and DirecTV, give them, their viewers, the option of ordering it. Hey, you know, this is, other than the WrestleMania, this is the first pay-per-view, you know, that's come out since the network debuted, and I'd be interested to see if they had offered it, how many buys they would have. You know, obviously it wouldn't be as large as you know, the past.
No.
But I think it would still be a fair number. But now you're just forcing people to go over to the WWE network.
Which is fine for the WWE network.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Which is a great deal in itself. I mean,
So-
we've talked about that numerous times about
Yeah.
what a great thing. It's a greater invention than sliced bread.
Yeah.
It definitely is. It's
Yeah.
well worth it. I go on there and I look up the old pay-per-views and I provide. I don't have anything this week, unfortunately, but a lot of times I'll come up with flashback moments in time.
Yeah.
Or, you know, throw you guys some trivia questions here and there.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's just been a really fun ride so far with the network. I love Legends House. All those guys are just a lot of fun to watch. Just messing around.
Episode 2
Yeah,
was amazing.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's fun to watch, you know, some of the classic guys get into some shenanigans. So, I mean, it's enjoyable. The original programming on there and some of the older DVDs. And, of course, you know, we're watching a lot of the old pay-per-views that, you know, haven't been available on DVD yet, or at least been out of print for a long time. So,
Long time.
yeah, it's just great, just catching up on a lot of the stuff. So I still say, you know, if you're a wrestling fan, obviously you are if you're watching us.
Right.
If you haven't gotten on board yet, you know, I think it's worth it.
I think it is too. Just to see the Legends doing Zumba fitness,
Yeah, it was great.
just to see Howard Finkel. I mean,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
what's in store for next week? I don't know.
It's just a lot of fun, though. You know, it's highly entertaining to watch that. I'm looking forward to some of the other original programming coming out.
The numbers for Legends House have been impressive.
Yeah. We have Mr. Dacey, conspicuously absent.
Mr. Dacey.
is on the line.
Is on the line. Good evening, Mr. Dacey.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Sorry I couldn't be there tonight, but you know what? I think that clown that we had on the show last week, that DED or whatever his name is, I
Yeah.
think he's tampered with my transportation once again.
Once again.
Yes, my transportation is in the shop. That's why I'm not there tonight.
Oh, which shop did you take it? Did you take it the one I told you to take it to?
Oh, of course. You know,
Don't do it the right way.
Hollywood J. Williams advice, you know?
Of course. But what did you think of last night with Raw in the beginning?
All I've got to say is He's got the whole world
in his
and
hand. That was truly amazing.
Oh, I'm not a fan of that song.
But
And unfortunately, it gets stuck in my head.
Yeah, I know.
speaking of the sheep mask, what happened to our sheep mask?
I told you last week it was out to be cleaned.
It's still being cleaned?
Yeah.
Well, it's...
You know how difficult it is to get stains out of wool.
Just as long as those meddling kids didn't get it.
No.
Did you see the meddling kids last night with the sheep masks?
Yes, I did.
Oi.
Our meddling kids had a stern talking to from me via our Squared Circle Facebook page.
Yep.
So
You can see the details of that.
You're right. I don't think we're going to be hearing from DED anytime SOON.
He needs to say dead, as we say.
Yeah.
Really.
That gimmick
Dead
needs
and
to.
buried.
Ah.
But
Oh,
really,
DED,
really
I'm coming
enjoying
for
the
you.
background tonight. I like the background.
Thank you. Do you see the tweet from DED? I'm coming for you.
No, I'm sorry. I stepped away from the TV so I could
He's
call.
coming for me. He's not
I don't
coming
know
for.
if it's me, you, Tom.
That's probably somebody else because the one I talked to was, he was actually, I could sense the apologeticness in his voice when he was typing. So obviously I don't think he wants any part of any possibility of me bringing the North Haven chapter back, or the IC for that matter.
Oh, I just got a tweet. We're talking about the kids. I just found out who these kids are. Members of the Ladue School District in St. Louis were in Bray Wyatt's choir on Raw Monday night. Other students, including the soloists, were fifth graders from Shaw Visual Performing Arts Elementary in St. Louis. Oh, it's good. They're at a
They got
performing arts
this
school.
Performing
And they
arts
got-
school.
Right.
It is in.
So there we go. Thank
Hey,
you for that
John,
tweet.
I have
Yes,
to
sir.
say I agree with your prediction. I do think that Tamina Snuka would be a good choice.
Thank you. Hey, what do you think of the backdrop tonight? I worked all day on that.
I said I love it.
Yeah.
In addition.
Yeah, the old Hasbro figures. I love it. It was a lot of fun.
That's your flashback moment for tonight.
There we go.
That's it.
Throwback Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Throwback Tuesday.
Instead of Throwback Thursday.
That's right. Yeah, we got it here. Throwback Tuesday. And rumor has it that, what do you think of this, Tom? Rumor has it that Chris Benoit's son is going to make his wrestling debut.
Benoit's son?
Yes.
He has another son?
Apparently.
Did not know that.
Didn't know it myself.
When do you
This is
think
what's
we'll
being
see him?
tweeted in. Pardon me?
When do you think we'll see him?
I'm not sure yet, but I'm expecting quite a few more children of superstars to make their debuts, because so far that's been the trend the last couple of years.
Oh, it'll keep going on and on.
Oh yeah.
I did hear you talking earlier about Ric Flair.
Yep.
Here's my prediction.
Okay.
I think you'll see the Ric Flair interference at the pay-per-view on Sunday.
Huh.
And he'll cost the Shield the match, or?
I haven't really thought about that, but I think you'll see him interfere in some way. I don't know if it's going to benefit the Shield or if he will stay with Evolution.
Because apparently he said not to, like... what did you see the post-show last night?
No,
I
I
did
did
not.
not.
You did not either. Apparently he said something about not to take it too seriously. I don't want to... I should really, before I even comment on it, I should actually go back and look at it.
Yeah.
But it was something to that effect. Don't take it... Or just take it with a greener... I don't know. We'll get...
I'll have to go back and watch it later. I did not see it last night.
Right, go back and watch it, and maybe we'll post something
Hey
on
Tom,
the Facebook
we got a
page.
question for you. From TNA Fanatic, how do I get the T-shirt that Tom wears?
From TNA Fanatic?
Yeah. I think they're referring to the Squared Circle shirt.
Somebody wants a Squared Circle shirt.
Well, we're going to have to get in touch.
Courtesy of a good friend of ours, right?
That's
John?
right. A good friend of ours at PWA actually hooked us up with those for the holiday last year.
I remember
So,
that. That was the greatest gift I've
At the
had.
moment, we're all out of them. Basically handed them out to friends and family. But if we do get some more made up, we will post that and let you know.
Definitely.
But hopefully I should be back with you guys next week if the van is all cleared to go.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Those meddling kids and that DED, stay away from it.
Yep. This just in from Smith Hart. At Smith Hart, David Benoit, Chris Benoit's son, will make his in-ring debut on July 18th in Calgary for Hart Legacy Wrestling. He'll be tagging with Chavo Guerrero.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see how he goes over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that myself. I'll have to keep July 18th.
Yes, July 18th at Hart Legacy Wrestling, tagging with Chavo Guerrero. Twitterverse is going crazy.
The Twitterverse is going crazy.
Thank God for the squared circle tonight, and thank God I already have the network myself, because I heard you just say a little while ago, John, that AT&T Uverse is not going to be carrying the pay-per-view this weekend.
Yeah, that's what was reported this afternoon.
And as you know, I am a Uverse subscriber,
Yep.
so very glad that I got the network.
I'm glad because I had DirecTV.
You're watching us on Uverse right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm going to keep an eye on the pay-per-view market and see what's going to go down. But it doesn't make any sense not to at least give your audience, your subscribers, the chance to order it. But we'll see what happens. Tom, thank you very much for calling in.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Keep up the great work, guys.
We will
Thank
see
you,
you later on.
Thank you.
Farewell.
Right.
Bye.
Yeah, the Twitterverse is blowing up my phone right now.
They're blowing up your phone. Blowing up your phone. Speaking of charity and the things that Scene has done for charity, Make-A-Wish and everything else, WWE announced the results for this year's charity auction, which took place WrestleMania weekend, around thereabouts. Superstars for Kids raised more than $400,000 benefiting the Boys and Girls Clubs and New Orleans Saints quarterback Drew Brees' Brees Dream Foundation. These are the good things. These are the things you don't really hear too much about in the mainstream media when it comes to professional wrestling. Some of the honorable things that this industry does. Auction was held March 31st through April 8th, and it was, like I said, centered around WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans.
Right.
But that's a really sizable number.
Oh yeah. Some of the items that they had on auction were really incredible, and unfortunately, I couldn't afford to even think about bidding on them.
You could always afford to think.
Well,
that would have to be really expensive.
one of those things. I'm so broke I can't pay attention.
Wow.
But, we did get our salaries doubled here. So once that check rolls in next month, we'll be golden.
We'll
we
take
missed
care
out
of
on
you.
this auction, but maybe the next one.
The next one, definitely. So they raised that money, but WWE, in some other respects, and the state of North Carolina, from what I understand, is going to be losing some money.
Yeah.
Possibly. Something's coming up in the North Carolina state legislature where funding for television tapings for things such as wrestling programming, reality shows. What else do we
They're
have?
essentially
Late night TV shows.
They're essentially taking away the tax breaks that a lot of the production companies can take advantage of for filming and doing creative work in the state of North Carolina. There was a big controversy when Linda was running right here in Connecticut that she was giving herself tax breaks, which was a misnomer, because Connecticut offers any of the video and movie studios, video, TV studios, substantial tax breaks for doing their business here.
Just like North Carolina.
Correct. And
is doing, at least for now.
ESPN gets a substantial tax break. NBC, Maury Povich, Springer, I believe Springer's here. It's a way to entice these kind of entertainment companies and film companies to come to Connecticut. You know, when Spielberg came in and he was doing the last Indiana Jones adventure, he was filming down at Yale. You know, I mean, that just brings in not only the stars of the show, but
they have
hundreds of workers, the film crew, you know, and all of that. So you're just adding to our economy, whatever state it's in. You know, hotels, restaurants, you know, parking, you know, all sorts of great stuff. And you know, that's why the tax break incentive is there, because you're bringing revenue into the state. And I think it's really short-sighted for North Carolina to do that, but.
It's their state, and they'll do what they want. And we have over I think 95 North going towards the casinos. I think there's a studio out there where one of the the game show hosted by Howie Mandel back in the day. I can't remember the name of it now. With the briefcases.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal. I think they filmed out of there.
I wasn't sure.
Right.
Yeah, there's a couple of film and video studios in Connecticut that, particularly down the Stamford area.
Oh yeah.
I want to say Springer is out there too. Yeah, he is. Maury Povich as well. Yeah, I'm getting a call from the back. So yeah, you know, it's great because, like I said, it brings in revenue to the state, and you know, what we give up in tax breaks, we make more back.
Right.
But we'll see. You know, if WWE they did make a statement saying that they're not going to, you know, eliminate North Carolina out of their live shows. Because I mean, they'll still make a profit with ticket sales and what have you when they bring Raw to that state.
Yeah, they have.
And SmackDown.
They usually go to Charlotte for the most part. Maybe Winston-Salem once in a while, but Charlotte for the most part. I know.
Yeah.
There's the big Coliseum over there.
Yep.
Right. So yeah, they'll be back. Any state that has a large population. I mean, a lot of states, I think, in my mind, get cheated out of Raws or SmackDowns. You might see house shows once in a while.
Right.
When was the last time Raw was from Fargo, North Dakota, or Billings, Montana?
I don't know, but Fargo's got their own TV series now, so.
I mean.
Great movie. We'll see how the TV series goes.
Certain states get cheated, but. That's something that they work on themselves.
Yeah.
They want to go where there's going to be a large amount of people, I guess. That's the reasoning behind it.
Well, yeah, of course, population, you know, and of course they need amenities for the superstars, you know, hotels nearby and, you know, hopefully a gym nearby.
Of course,
so
definitely.
That kind of stuff.
Also some, it looks like we're having another executive shakeup in Titan Tower too. Is one of the execs, somebody that we all became familiar with the WWE Network press conference. He also was at a press conference in Texas, the Southwest by Southwest, something like that concert.
Yeah, South by Southwest. Yeah.
Perkins Miller. He's leaving the WWE for the NFL. This is according to the Los Angeles Times. Miller was instrumental in WWE's digital expansion, including a key role in the development of WWE's app and the launch of its network. NFL is hiring Miller for similar expansion plans. According to the Times, Miller will be part of a reorganization of the NFL Media Group to expand the NFL's digital offerings, basically the NFL network, just like the WWE network. It's the launch of the NFL Now this summer prior to the start of the 2014 season.
Now, that brings up an interesting question, that if the NFL starts their own network, are the terrestrial networks going to drop NFL programming? Monday Night Football, they have an NFL network on cable and satellite. We're talking about a streaming service, much like Netflix, much like the WWE Network.
This is basically football's version of the WWE Network.
Or Netflix, or streaming. And, as I predicted, a lot of entities are going to start doing the streaming because they don't have to share the revenue with a cable company or a satellite provider. They get that $9.99 a month or whatever price point they're going to hit is 100% profit to them.
I said this right after that press conference in Las Vegas that eventually down the street, another 10, 15 years, something like that, cable and satellite, as you now know it, are no longer going to exist.
Right. The only thing that they're going to provide you with is internet service.
Exactly. Your television and your computer are all going to be the same thing.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's just the way of the future. It's the way things are going.
Absolutely, and it gives the consumer a lot more power because you're going to be able to just sign up for the services and the programming that you want, rather than get stuck with 500 channels, and really watch only the 20, 25 that that interest you, and then you end up with hundreds of channels that you'll never ever view.
You have, with me, not to get too personal, my DirecTV bill is well over $100 per month.
Right.
Even though I split it up amongst other people in my household, having just internet to use for television.
Yep.
I mean, I have all these channels in DirecTV, and honestly, I'm never going to watch. There's all these sports channels on there, and to be honest,
And you're not a sports guy.
I really am not a sports guy.
Right.
And there's and I'm a movie buff kind of, but there's 20 or 30 channels where you can just order
Right.
things, and English is my only language right now. I mean, I'm picking up a certain Asian language here and there. I'm not, but so I have no desire for Telemundo or Univision. So
Right, and not that I have nothing against any of the languages, but if I don't speak it, I'm not going to watch that channel.
Exactly.
And right now I'm paying for hundreds of stations that I'll never watch. I get digital music service through my cable provider, which I don't use.
I think I used that once or twice while I was home.
I like a broad range of music, but I like what I like, and radio or their choice of music station, it just doesn't suit me.
Now, let's say I'm a wrestler. I am a wrestling fan. Let's say I decide to start watching football a little bit, and this NFL network is basically going to be roughly the same price as the WWE network. Let's say I go ahead and order Netflix, do a 6-month contract for the same price, and maybe the local stations will be streaming by then. Let's say, for example, and they'll be a little cheaper.
Yeah.
So let's say my monthly bill is going to be $32 a month as opposed to
upwards of $100. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm predicting that the wave of the future. It may not be next year, but within the next, I would say at most 10 years, but more than likely a 5-year plan is more realistic. You're going to see the cable providers, if not out of business, they'll be in a totally different business.
They'll be forcing themselves to have to do this too.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Because the content providers, even the ABC, CBS, NBCs of the world that are producing the content, seeing that they can get more return on their investment, will go to a streaming service.
It's just the way of the future.
Yeah, and it's just follow the dollar. That's all it is.
And that's probably why they hired this guy Miller.
Oh yeah. Well, they say, right. I mean, the launch of the network, the WWE network, went pretty well. It wasn't 100% smooth, but overall, it was better than I thought it was going to be, as far as technically.
Right.
The rollout of it and the ease of getting signed up. And the access and
the big hiccups happened in the first couple of days.
Yeah,
basically.
And right now I haven't seen any. I haven't had any problems with it, and the boys and I watch it quite a bit, much to my wife's chagrin. She's like, "Does this always have to be on?" It's like, well, it's 24/7.
It's 24/7, and as long as I'm around.
You're right.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's been working. From a technical standpoint, it's been working great. The on-demand content is they got that straightened out, and you click on it, and it is on almost instantaneously, no matter what you pick and when you want to watch it. And I haven't noticed any variation because as we know, I usually work overnight, and on my nights off, I am home and awake at that time, and no problems on the overnight, no problems during the afternoon, and no problem virtually no problem during WrestleMania. So it's a success. It is a success.
Oh, WrestleMania was a complete success.
So
no problem at all on my end.
Yeah, and when they go worldwide, they will hit that 1 million subscriber mark because they're 60% of the way there.
Oh yeah.
So it will go over. The stock will bounce back, even though it's under $20 right now.
It went down to under 20.
Oy vey.
Oh Lord.
The stock will make a comeback.
What? Why did we go down to below 20?
Because you didn't take a loss.
Well, it did drop after WrestleMania. It has nothing to do with the results of WrestleMania.
It's not because Brock Lesnar ended the streak.
No, I can't recall the name of it. There was one company that owns approximately 9% of the stock that sold all their stock, which caused the major drop. So 9% of the company is now available on the market. So if you have enough in your pocket, you can own 9% of
the WWE,
which is substantial.
That is, yeah.
All in one lump sum.
That's quite a bit, actually.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like anything.
Right, but realistically, that's what dropped the price overall. And Vince and the WWE have not announced the new television deal as of yet.
No. They have made one?
They haven't announced it. They said May, which is right around the corner, that they were going to announce who they were going to go with for the Raw and SmackDown and main event TV rights. So we will see if they get a major dollar deal out of that. Then we'll see.
That'll skyrocket.
Yeah, we'll see an increase,
right.
But it will come back. WWE's been in business for over 50 years. They obviously know what they're doing. They have virtually zero competition.
Virtually zero. You can't.
Do we want to talk about the pay-per-view? We have 10 minutes left.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. We made the sacrifice of watching, and we'll be reporting on TNA Sacrifice.
All right.
Pay-per-view. I think all of 5 people ordered this.
Right. Wolves, the American Wolves, who are exciting.
Yeah.
In all honesty, they're Ring of Honor guys. That's why they're exciting.
Right.
Defeated the Bromans and are now the new tag title holders for TNA. Say that 10 times fast. Mr. Anderson defeated Samuel Shaw.
Yep.
A stalking gimmick.
Yeah.
Controversial. Don't really like it. Right. Kurt Angle and Willow, who bears striking resemblance to Jeff Hardy,
right.
defeated Rockstar Spud and Ethan Carter III. Sonata, who is has been mentored by the Great Muta in Japan, worked for Wrestle One over in Japan, which is Great Muta's promotion, defeated Tigre Uno and is still the X Division champion. This was a best of 3 series.
Yep.
At least to get some of the cruiserweights in, which is good.
Yep.
I Quit match. Gunner defeated James Storm. Angelina Love has defeated Madison Rayne and became the new Knockouts champion. Something I noticed from Impact this past Thursday night, a face turn for my dear, the beautiful, lovely,
there she is,
gorgeous creator of the Knockouts division herself, Gail Kim.
Yep.
Long overdue there. Tables match. Bobby Roode defeated Bully Ray. Dixie Carter was there in some
Yeah.
aspect.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, she was in Bully Ray's corner, which she was like a month ago vehemently against Bully Ray.
Now she's with Bully Ray.
Yeah, yeah.
Did I miss a memo somewhere?
I think the writers missed a memo. I think the writers put themselves to sleep on this one.
Really, seriously. And Eric Young has defeated Magnus and is still the TNA champion. Eric Young is the TNA champion.
Yeah.
Eric Young has a beard. Daniel Bryan is the WWE champion. Daniel Bryan has a beard.
Yeah.
Coincidence?
No, not at all.
I don't think so. Anyway, worst of the week, we sacrificed.
Yeah, to watch
I did,
Sacrifice and let you know what happened.
Right. These are the things we
Sacrifice.
do for the people out there in TV land, folks.
Well, it looks like Tamina Snuka and Paige are going back and forth on Twitter. If you're on the Twitterverse,
Oh, boy.
they're barking at one another. But a couple of things before I forget and we go off the air. Talk is Jericho. He debuted the new Fozzy single, When the Lights Go Down, When the Lights Go Out. No, When the Lights Go Out, excuse me. When the Lights Go Out. Fantastic song if you're a Fozzy fan, if you're a rock, hard rock, not quite heavy metal, but right on that tip right there. Great song. Jericho tweeted today that the single came out on iTunes in the UK and is #1 on the heavy metal chart in the UK. I believe the album is out in June, either late May or early June. The new Fozzy record, CD, download, whatever you prefer. I'm a huge fan of the band. I've seen them live. As I said before, Jericho's the real deal as a frontman, lead singer. The band is really smoking hot. The last 2 CDs were really, really, really good. And this new single is fantastic. If you get a chance, download Talk is Jericho. I believe it was the episode with William Shatner. And check out the new single from Fozzy. And if you're on the Twitterverse and you're not following the Iron Sheik, you need to be. So,
Funny guy. Funny guy.
my lord. Things that we cannot show. Do we have any tweets left that we haven't gotten to yet? From I am El Jabroni.
He's El Jabroni.
And El Jabroni. I am El Jabroni.
Are we gonna get a
Hashtag.
tweet from the monkey?
Oh, Saru. I don't know if he has. He doesn't have opposable thumbs,
Oh, okay.
right? Does Saru have opposable thumbs to tweet?
I don't know.
I don't
he
know.
dances a lot.
A
I
monkey
know
doesn't
that.
tweet though, right?
If it had to do with bananas, it might be one thing. But I don't know. Also, NXT TakeOver has been announced. It's a live 2-hour action-packed, as opposed to its competitor, if you want to call it that, Spike. It will air exclusively on WWE Network Thursday, May 29th at 8 p.m.
Well, here's saying that I will predict that the NXT takeover will be a lot more entertaining than the Ute takeover that happened here.
Oh, and without a doubt. Something you'll never see happen again.
Well, we have a minute left.
We have a minute left. That means I guess we have to get going here.
Yes.
So, good night and good luck, folks. We'll see you next week. I'm Hollywood J. Williams.
John Zimmerman, send those tweets.
Definitely.